Hey everybody, Larry McCarren coming to you from the NFL's annual meeting, and we are joined by the Green Bay Packers head coach Matt LaFleur. Matt, thanks for the time. And you look at your team, you got a lot coming back, but there's a lot yet to be determined, especially at the receiver position. How will you handle that?
I think one day at a time. I think there's a lot of time between now and opening day, and got a lot of faith in Goody and his staff that they're looking at every opportunity out there. And certainly there's going to be some transactions that take place, I would think, between now and the start of the season.
How big was getting Devondre Campbell and Rasul Douglas?
Oh, it was huge. I mean, you're talking about the guy that spits out the play calls to our defense, and then another guy that you could argue won like 3 games for us. So anytime you get 2 players of that caliber back on our defense, I think that's a really good place to start. I was really proud of our defense, how they came together last year, and specifically, in that playoff game, how they played together and put a really great effort out there.
New faces and new positions on your coaching staff. How is that group coming together?
Oh, it's coming together great. I think that's part of it, especially when you have success in this league, and really happy for those guys that got those opportunities, like Hackett and Getsy and Justin Outten. But for us, every year is a new challenge, and we got to come together as a staff first and foremost. It's been great to add a guy like Rich Bisaccia to our staff. Not only the knowledge that he brings, but as a leader as well. So, we've got a great group of guys, and I think we're all excited to get our players back in the building.
One of the rules they're talking about at this meeting is the overtime thing. Where do you stand on overtime?
Well, I don't know if I should say this or not, but I personally believe that I think it's best when both teams have the opportunity to possess the ball. So we'll see how it gets voted on, but if anybody's asking, I would be in favor of both teams getting that opportunity.
Matt, it's been a wild offseason, one like I've never seen before, and you've been right in the middle of the eye of the storm at times during the offseason. How do you look at the current landscape of the NFL?
Yeah, it's definitely changing. And I always feel like we're kind of in the eye of the storm every year. So, but that's just part of it. But no, it's exciting. There's a lot of unknown out there, but again, there's a lot of time between now and till when we kick off, about 6 months. So I'm sure there's going to be even more change that will take place.
For you guys specifically, when you got the Aaron Rodgers piece settled and he's going to be a happy camper, no matter what's going on outside of that, life is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so. That's a pretty important position. I would argue the most important position in all of sports. So yeah, when you get him committed to coming back, and you feel really good about that. Now it's just, how do we fill in those voids around him?
What's it like at an event like this when you get together with the other members of the football coaching family tree you come from? What's that like?
Oh, we were just talking about that the other day. It's pretty exciting. A lot of guys that we kind of grew up in this league together. We kind of cut our teeth, so to speak, together. Thinking back to Houston, it was one big office, and in there was myself, Mike McDaniel, Robert Saleh, Richard Hightower was in that room as well, who's the special teams coordinator, and Kyle was our coordinator. And you see guys like Sean and Arthur Smith, and that are our head coaches. So we got a lot of friends here.
Friends for sure, but all of you are very competitive people now. Do you just kind of hang out a little bit and have a few cocktails, or do you guys have to go out and play combat golf or something like that?
I would definitely say it's more along the cocktail line. So, but there's a lot of great conversation, a lot of great banter. It's really fun to relive some of these old stories. And it's just great to finally be back together, where it feels normal once again, and just the camaraderie that takes place amongst all of us.